Hi, welcome to a video of my flea market finds for Saturday, November 1st and Sunday, November 2nd, 2025. Saturday, November 1st was really terrible weather. It was cold but windy and the wind was really cold. I stayed an hour, and out of that 60 minutes I sat in my car waiting for some other sellers to arrive. For maybe 20 minutes, I gave up after being there for an hour. There was almost nobody. I said, oh, screw this, I'm leaving. But before I left, I did buy one thing. Normally I wouldn't have bought it, but I don't know. I felt like buying it, and it was a nice seller. And it's this 1961 Snoopy, not Charlie Brown Snoopy or Schultz's Snoopy, but although it's a little bit beat up, has some broken parts on the feet there. It works fine. And the tail is there. The leash, the original leash, is impressive. Like, I love the leash. What also impressed me, I found interesting is that I thought this has the precursor of Digger. Digger is the toy I remember. It wasn't Fisher-Price. It was this dog, but that I bought at the flea market. When did I buy this? In 2018. But it's missing the tail. I paid that $15 back then. But this one has a mechanized. It's on the carpet now. Well, you get the point. It moves by itself, but you have to keep the leash on. So, but this is just a regular one. But I find this to be a better toy, better looking too. But Digger, I got Digger just because of the commercials I remember seeing on TV. So this was only $5. I couldn't resist. Although I have to stop collecting Fisher-Price stuff that's not directly related to my childhood, because one of the first things I'll have to purge in my collections, my stuff, to make room, will be my oversized Fisher-Price collection, and try to keep only the stuff that directly relates to my childhood. So that's yeah, I know. But I want to encourage the seller. He's a very nice seller, and this seller, specific seller, is part of the. You'll see at the end of this video. His name I didn't name him. I never know if I can name people, so I'm always like trying to stay vague. What's really cool about this says 1961, is I just realized something kind of fun. If you flip the Fisher-Price logo, it sort of looks like a J, so DJ. It could be if I were a DJ, I would use these upside down letters to make a. Anyway, next day, while I was looking to a box of records at a table, about to make my first purchase, my friend Coffee, him I can name, my friend Coffee arrived with a record he said he had for me, because a few weeks ago he got a single last month, I think, or maybe even 2 months ago, I don't remember, or in November. It might have been in August or maybe early September. He got us out of a box where we bought from a seller. We bought records, both of us. He got his hand on an Henri Salvador EP from France. Although I'm sure it's not this one. He found a cleaner one, but he told me he had a double because he bought one in France, and that's probably the one he bought in France. And he said he would give it to me, but he kept forgetting it. So he finally brought it to me. It's a little bit worn, but it's still playable. I don't think I have this one. I don't have tons of Henri Salvador EPs. Very few actually. So I asked him how much. He said, "Oh, are you kidding? Oh, it's a gift." I'm really glad I gave it to him. And what's really funny is that while I was going through some records, and I was about to try to deal with the seller, I did pick one extra 45 that I gave him right away because he didn't have it, and it's not that rare, but he had to have a copy. So turns out the records were a little bit pricier than I thought. Or I got him. I won't go into too much detail, but sometimes my game is off, completely off. the LPs were $2 or six for $10. Okay, and there was some 45s. So I got myself I think I got 22 45s. And then I arrived with my records and I calculated the amount. I made an offer, but she turned it down completely. Started saying that these were like the same price. Why? It pisses me off when clueless sellers who don't know nothing about records, clearly, they say, oh, I sold some at that price yesterday, because turns out I should have stayed longer. She had pulled out some better records, but the better ones that they sell first can sell for more, but then you have the leftovers. You have to keep getting the price down anyway. And all of these were worthless guilty pleasures, and there's nothing valuable in there. And I ended up, she said the best I can do is make these for $1 each. I pulled out 10 of them because they were like completely worthless things, like Margot Lefebvre. That's the name I remember. Oh, I think there was an early Chantal Paris record just for fun, and because they were kind of clean, but worthless. Like I would never be able to sell them even for 50 cents. So I took out 10. I could have taken out a few more in there. I made a mistake, but we'll see. And the LPs, this cheap Ranco compilation, the only reason I wanted to have it is because I got this in the yard sale like 30 years ago or 25 years ago, and my box is all beat up, and I know it was kind of cool to see the box that's not all beat up except for one little tear there, and even that might have happened between the moment I found it and right now. There's 4 records in there. Well, she counted this as 4 records, not even like maybe a double or something. A lot of sellers have double albums, they don't count as 2 records, so I should have left it there, but I was so pissed off by the 45 thing that when you get emotions, you let your emotions get to you, your brain stops being so efficient to think. I'm trying to learn to stay calm and turn off my emotions and just think. Don't react, just act. That's it. I apply that for my job. I work with the public over the phone, but sometimes I let emotions get the best of me, and so I pay too much. Some records I could have left there, so I got, well, this comes to $6.67, which is outrageously expensive. I feel like such a dumbass. And so that's 4 records, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 15. Oh God, $15 for this, and plus there were 12. I have 11 here because the 12th one I bought just to give back to my friend coffee. That I'm glad. And I got 2 for free there, so another $10, so $25. So I overpaid. But let's see what we got. The 45s, most of them, not all, are very clean, especially these late 70s reissues of on the Millionaire label. Label run by Dennis Espantis, who owns like a lot of, like a big majority of the 60s, early 70s French Canadian pop records. And you start hoarding. He had his record label in the 60s, where he started hoarding tapes of other labels over the years. And what I like about these 45s, which I didn't appreciate back because it's not the real label, it's just a reissue, no information about the year, nothing like that. Well, the quality is there, and it's not like on CDs where it's turned into bits and zeros and ones, or some later CDs of his, he had it echo and remastered them and changed the sound. Here you have the real deal. He pulled out the tape and just pressed play and put it on a 45, nice and spread it out like a 2-minute song this wide. I got a few of these. C'est fou mais c'est tout par les Baronnets, ça recommence. So this is actually a cover of It Won't Be Long by the Beatles and Hold Me Tight. And on red label, like I keep showing. Let's put this right here. I think I didn't even mention the titles. The only Mort ce soir, Twist NSCF, DDD, and Twist de l'Enrhumé by Henri Salvador. Going back. Another Baronnet, Est-ce que tu m'aimes, which is Do You Love Me? And Twist et Chante, which is Twist and Shout. This is like new old stock. This is a nice yellow one. We have Les Bel Air, Il parlait dans mon dos. I forgot to check what it's the French cover of which song. And Tant de choses à dire is a Stones song. Time is on our side. This I made a mistake. Le jour du dernier jour. For César René Romain. Laisse-moi partir. I got confused. The cover I like in French of. Darn, what's the English version of this? A Wider Shade of Pale in French, but it's the Donald-Lautrec cover that I like. Anyway, this I don't know why I bought. La Licorne by Les Coquettes, the Unicorn in English. This side is better than N'attends plus. I'm gonna make you love me because it's so clean, but I wasn't sure how clean my copy is. This I'm glad I got because it's really unusual and it's like unplayed. I played it and you cannot hear a single pop. I Love You Baby, which is a cover, despite the English title, it's a French cover of Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Shirley Harmer. According to Discogs, her only French record. Seul sur son étoile, cover of the Gilbert Bécaud song. No idea how it's called, how the English cover of this is called, but this is original French lyrics. And recorded in Quebec because it's Pierre Malais Orchestra. Back to these late 70s reissues. I got it for this side. Sometimes it would match two different singers. Un garçon en mini-jupe by Caro. This side is Si tu veux revenir, unis-tu. This is much later, in the 80s. Mitsu, Mademoiselle Anne. The same on both sides, actually, despite side A, side B. It would have been cool to have the instrumental on this side, but from the album Terre des Hommes, Mademoiselle Anne. Maybe worth $5, something like that. This is a little bit beat up, but I had to get it out of this label. Most of the records of this label are fun. Baby Capone by Francine Robert. I forgot to check who sings the original version of this French song. And this side is Petit Bambino. This is from a few seconds I played. This side sounds better in terms of fun. Double Jenny Rock for 2 different years. Donne-moi ta jeunesse and Le Sloopy. And here Tony Roman, Dua Didi, Hanky Panky. Well, this is, like I said, Ronco presents the greatest rock and roll hits 4 album. The records are like pristine, but the sound quality is all over the place. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it sounds like crap. Depends on what kind of copy they sent on tape to Ronco to put on their compilation. It's not the Ronco's fault, it's whatever tape they got sent. But some sound really good, and one I love is I Only Have Eyes for You, the Flamingos. It plays really well, and Bo Diddley also sounds good. I didn't check them all, I checked a few songs, but like I said, the other box I had when I bought it like 25-30 years ago in the yard sale was all smashed. I had to put rubber bands and try to put some scotch tape to fix it, so this will go. This is all beat up, but I don't have it. It's Richard Anthony's first record, the French singer. Man, that record isn't beat. Well, actually, it plays much better than it looks. The cover is in worse shape than the record. A lot of well, damn, it's just covers, nothing but covers. Well, almost all covers. And what's really fun is, well, to me, nobody cares otherwise. You have Non Je ne pourrais pas, cover of Black Mood. Don't know what that is. Who does the original, and Reviens vite mon amour, Lover Please. Those 2 songs are also on Donald-Lautrec's first album. So I thought that was interesting. This I'm glad I found. Les Baronnets. Ici, this is René Angelil, Céline Dion's late husband and manager. They're the ones from the pile of 45s. They're the Baronnets. They did mostly Dave Clark 5 and Beatles covers in French. Les Baronnets en spectacle, so this is a live show. And what's cool about this is that it's a rare stereo pressing. I don't even have a cover for it. They just put a stereo fidelité sticker, and the label is blue instead of being red. Of course, I have to drop it. So it plays good. It plays well. I'm glad I got this. This I don't know why I got. I have a whole bunch of Vicky Leandros LPs that I never had time to play. A little tear there on the label, the cover. I mean, I think I have this one. I have this one. I have this one. I don't even know if I have Zoom sur Vicky. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's good music. Do I need it? Nope. I only have too much. This I think I didn't have, so I decided to get it. Donna Summer, she works hard for the money. I used to only like her disco Casablanca period, and then that's it. I decided to complete my Donna Summer vinyl collection by buying her later stuff. So yeah, I don't think I have that one. So it was clean, decided to go for it. And this one looks beat up, plays better than it looks. Aline wrote her name on the cover. It's beat up a bit. It's about to fall. It's really, but it's the Supremes, a bit of Liverpool. So it's pretty good. Never seen it. Hard Day's Night, You Really Got a Hold on Me, You Can't Do That. So yeah, I'm glad I got this one. So yeah, let's move on. How are we doing on time? Oh yeah, I have to cut to part 2. I found a way to increase the video quality. I hope it shows. Leave a comment if it's not as bad as it usually is. I stupidly just realized that you can set up a different resolution on the camera, so I doubled the resolution. I didn't know that. Sorry. All these years I could have done better videos. So because it takes more memory on the card, I don't want to run out of space. I'll cut right here, and I'll see you in, even if part 2 is pretty short, I'll cut right here. So see you on part 2.